Manganya.
Morning.
What's in the parcel?
I see you still got them here.
Be a good girl and take this back to the cave.
Okay, Christian.
Okay, Manganya, what's on your mind?
I'm still worried. I don't go along with two kids living in the bush like this.
Well, that's strange, coming from someone like you.
What do you mean, someone like me?
An Aborigine.
This isn't a couple of 100 years ago.
Oh, you live a very civilized life. You still come down here every chance that you get.
Well, it's in my blood. But I'm talking about those kids.
Now, you agreed to have their new clothes delivered to your apartment.
You know why that had to be done, because the police are looking for them. I've never been in trouble with the police.
And I have.
I didn't mean it that way, Christian. University demonstration don't count.
I have to be at this rally today.
Look, Christian, I said I'd keep an eye on them. But if you want to be responsible for two kids, you can't risk any trouble.
I'm going to the demonstration as an observer. Now, that's all. I have to learn what makes people tick. I owe it to myself.
You can't go on with this big brother business and please yourself. You owe that much to the kids.
I owe them nothing. Should never have got involved in the first place.
If you really felt that, you wouldn't have offered to look after them.
I acted on an impulse. When two children lose their parents, well, they're safe and well according to the police. But where? Must you do that now? I'm sorry. Mrs. Wayne, please. Dust in here if you wish.
I think the children must be with someone.
They obviously don't want to come home.
Why don't you make them an appeal through the papers?
What's the use of appealing if they don't want to be here?
But you mustn't assume that, Mr. Kandy.
Catch has been seen walking around Roseland and buying new clothes. They must be for someone.
I've been wondering whether some person's been caring for them in the hopes of a reward.
The reward? You could be right. Detective Sergeant Cassidy, please.
Detective Sergeant Brewer?
Joel Kandy here.
Ah, yes, the uncle of the missing children. Detective Sergeant Cassidy has been transferred, sir. I'm his replacement. Regarding the children, there have been no further developments, I'm afraid.
I was wondering, would it be any use if I offered a reward for information regarding the children's whereabouts?
Yes, that may possibly help.
I don't want to be involved in any publicity or notoriety, you understand? If I offer a reward, it's on the condition that you keep my name out of it.
That's up to you, sir.
Will the police department go along with that? Can they safeguard my privacy?
You'd rather not have your name connected with the missing children, sir.
I want them back, Sergeant. Apparently they don't want to come back.
In that case, perhaps we shouldn't link you with any reward.
What does that mean? I don't like your tone, Sergeant.
You let us know the amount, sir. Give us the details and we'll see that it's publicized.
You do that.
Christian, look.
That's for when you want to look especially pretty.
Wasn't Mangani great, letting all our new clothes being delivered to his place?
I'm going now. You can come back to that later. Mangania's waiting for you.
Come on, Kate.
Change your mind? Your freedom means a lot to you, doesn't it?
Everyone's freedom is important to me.
How free do you think you'd be with two kids to care for?
Free enough.
What about your work, your book, clearing your name? You say you're going to give them lessons, feed them and clothe them. And you're going to try and tell me you'll be your own man? Give them up, man, before you're too involved.
Please don't put us in a home.
I told you, I'm your big brother. I'll look after you now. And I mean it.
He's doing the wrong thing, keeping you here.
While I'm at this rally, don't you give them up to the police.
I told you I'd look after them for you, didn't I?
I'll only be gone a couple of hours.
You don't like us, do you?
Of course I like you.
You told Christian to give us up.
I don't want to see Christian do the wrong thing.
If he looks after us, that isn't wrong.
Looking after people is a good thing. That's how my people always were. They lived together and took care of each other. But you got the police after you.
We haven't done anything, have we, Catch?
We just need somewhere to live. That's all.
Where do you live?
In an apartment. I call it the gunya. That's an Aboriginal word meaning shelter.
Why don't you live with other Aborigines?
My tribe's a couple of thousand miles away in the Northern Territory.
Then why are you here?
I came down here one day at a festival for my uncle, who was a famous painter. I liked it, so I stayed.
Are you a famous painter too?
I only sing and play the guitar in the city. That's how I earn my living. I only paint because I like it.
Do you mind being black?
Why should I? Do you mind being white? It's being who you are and liking who you are that counts. If I wasn't black, I wouldn't be me.
Are you going to give us up to the police?
There aren't any police down here.
Yes, there are.
I wish Christian was here.
Look, Christian, I said I'd keep an eye on them, but if you want to be responsible for two kids, you can't risk any trouble.
Hey, Christian Faber.
Hello, Stock.
How does it feel, man, not going to university these days? I mean, how long did it take you to save up the fees, man? 4 years? 5 years? What a waste, man. What a waste.
Haven't you anything better to do?
Well, you fascinate me, Faber. I mean, a brilliant, dedicated student like you. No denial, not even an appeal. I don't have to defend myself. That the line?
Going a bit far, wasn't it, for something you didn't do? I mean, your word against mine. Oh, and my old man, the great Professor Dean, sitting in judgment. What a scene that would have been. Oh, but you wouldn't know, would you? You don't have an old man. Isn't that a fact?
Hey, well, if it isn't Christian Faber. Gonna be in it today, Faber. You might get in the papers.
Why don't you grow up?
Go on, grow up, Clive.
I groan.
Oh, he must be in one of these dumps. He can't be far. You want a house-to-house search? Yeah, come on.
Like, he's got to be here somewhere.
I reckon he's in here.
Look, he could be anywhere. Oh, come on, let's go and have a beer. Oh, come on, Stock.
You can't go on with this big brother business and please yourself.
I'm going to the demonstration as an observer. Now, that's all.
Come on, it'll work. Why don't you fight, baby? Scared.
Could be hurt bad.
Oh, great. Well, it was your idea. Now what?
Don't put it all on me. You're in it too.
Oh, you started it. Anyway, what gives with you and Faber? Why are you always picking on him?
He's jealous, man.
Ha! Of him?
Star student. He made it with your old dad, the professor, didn't he?
My old dad. Who cares about him?
You, maybe.
Yeah, well, what about him? You work it out.
Stock!
Drop dead.
So what do we do now?
Phone the police from a public phone box and make ourselves scarce.
Hello, police. There's been an accident.
You all right, mate?
I think so.
I saw it, you know. Animals, that's all they are.
Humans.
Why didn't you fight back?
You won't be your own man anymore.
Why didn't you?
What?
Why didn't you fight them off? Are you all right, mate?
I'm all right, thanks.
Are you the man that fell down the steps, sir?
He didn't fall, he was pushed. Tell him. Tell him. Go on, tell him. They ought to get what's coming to them.
If someone assaulted you, sir, you have a right to let us know.
I slipped and fell.
Oh, come on.
I was with friends, we were clowning around, and I slipped and fell.
Those friends didn't stay around, I noticed, sir.
I suppose they panicked. I don't know. I'm all right.
Well, perhaps you better just give us the name of these friends, just in case.
But I'm not making any charges. Surely I don't have to give names.
As long as you're satisfied.
Why didn't you tell him? Why didn't you fight back? Why didn't you?
Your freedom means a lot to you, doesn't it?
Everyone's freedom is important to me.
How free do you think you'd be with 2 kids to care for?
Please don't put us in a home.
Christian. Christian Faber.
Well, how long did it take you to save up the fees, man? 4 years? 5 years? What a waste, man. How does it feel, man, not going to university these days? Hey, you got to come to the demonstration today, Faber. It's going to be the biggest ever, man.
Christian, if people say they saw you attack the cabinet minister, then I must believe that. But why you? I've had the greatest respect for you, the way you've worked and saved so that you could come here. I've even wished my own son could be like you. Oh, I've no illusions about stock.
I'm sorry, Professor.
Well, if you weren't responsible, who was?
I shouldn't have to answer that.
Explain yourself to no one. You should have grown beyond that. Oh, well, Christian, it's your life. But if that's your idea of being free...
Can I go now? Free. Are you free?
Catch! Kate!
While I'm at this rally, don't you give them up to the police.
Catch! Kate! Catch! What have you...
Christian! Christian!
Your kid brother and sister. Hello.
We didn't think you'd be back yet.
We had good fun, didn't we?
There was a policeman. He saw Mangani's car up near the bush. He thought it might have been abandoned or something.
But Mangani didn't tell him about us.
Oh, we were pretty near the road, a long way from the cave.
He said he was looking after us for our big brother. What happened to your eye?
I fell down some steps.
Wasn't the rally then?
I didn't raise a finger against anyone. Thanks for looking after them.
I guess we're one family. It'll take more than the police to part this tribe.
Is it sore?
Not too sore. Some people call a black eye a mouse. Did you know?
A mouse?
Offered for information which leads to the discovery of the missing Kandy children. A police spokesman.
The evening papers, Mr. Kandy.
Oh, thank you.
The reward you offered is on page 1.
It's also on the radio. Mrs. Wayne, do you think I caused those children to run away?
We don't know that they did run away.
Don't we?
I still think someone may be looking after them.
Well, if they are, they're being remarkably quiet about it.
The reward might make a difference.
I hope so.
There once was an adventure boy, Catch Kandy was his name. All ball games were his pride and joy, he dreamed of ball game fame. But Catch's dreams were fairy floss and life was real and true. He never dreamed in make-believe what he would have to do. His life was changed, for Catch believed he'd done his uncle harm, so he and Kate must hide away and run at each alarm. And then his dreams were filled with men all angry, broad and tall, and when they yelled, "Catch Candy," they weren't just playing ball.